everybody? Welcome to Stocks and Stuff, where we talk about stocks and stuff, obviously. And I hope everybody had a great day. The market didn't look so great. I hope everybody put the market down, just like we were talking about. It was going to be a red day. We said it last night. This morning, it didn't look that great. I was waiting for the pump Trump or the pump from Trump, his tweet, but it never came out. It doesn't seem like so. There you are, a nice red market today, as you guys can see right there. So yeah, QQQ puts was the play of the day there today, I would say. Let's look at it. Holy cow, they were printing. I mean, Jesus Christmas, they were printing money today. Look at these things. I mean, that's straight down to the right. That's you like to catch them straight up to the right, unless you got puts. That's a perfect play on puts right there. And it was straight down to the right, guys. So, and the market still doesn't look good. It's bouncing up a little bit right there. And holy cow, it's coming down. Ben had said some like ridiculous number the other week. And I remember I think it was during the afternoon. I don't remember exactly if it was the morning show or afternoon show. You guys might remember. Those of you in the Discord. But yeah, he said some ridiculous number, and me and Rhett were like, all right, if you think so. And I think we might get to it. And if he would have put puts on it at that point and just held them, holy cow, guys, they would have been up like 10 million% probably. It was like ridiculous. He like set it up here. I remember it was like over here. He was saying it. I forget. Maybe it was one of these days, but you're talking, we were like in the 611s and it's in the 573 today. I mean, holy cow, that thing went down today. So let's go through this crazy market right here, see what's going on, what we're going to get into on a Friday tomorrow, if it's not just Q puts again, because again, that was just, it's easy to play these things, these indices, when you're seeing things like this and this market's just dipping. I mean, look at the SPY right there. It has the same look. They obviously always do. Not always, but days like this, they will. And then your IWM right there, wearing up early and then came crashing down. Look at it, spiked up right after the after hours. That was a big spike up. I don't know what happened there, but something went crazy right there. That's for sure. And let's look at our oil and everything over here and see what's going on with that, because it is cruising back up right there. And again, do I think it's going to actually curl up here? That's the question. It has. Tomorrow's Friday, so by the weekend. And this is critical, guys. What are you saying right there? It's going to be a pivotal weekend in the war markets. Will laptop travel without even seeing that? And I just, yeah, I'm going to have to 100% agree. And that's exactly what I was basically going to say. This weekend is going to be like huge, because if the market doesn't get turned around by Monday morning, it could be a disaster. Let's put it that way. Tomorrow, it could fall down and you'll be okay. Because if it popped up Monday, it would be, you know, as long as it doesn't get into that territory tomorrow where it starts triggering some serious, the algorithms and stuff, I would say as long, I mean, I don't know, guys, it's going to be, you better do something probably tomorrow. I would watch for that thing tomorrow, to be honest with you, for some kind of news, something, him pumping something. I can't imagine. There's your futures. Let's go back. I mean, click on it. Your Dow's up a little bit. Your S&P's up a little bit, 0.4. Your Nasdaq's up 0.35. And your Russell's up 0.65 or something. Your Nikki's up a little bit. Your VIX is pretty red right there. It does look like it's coming down at the moment. What was sugar, though? And look at that sugar going up right there. Coffee did pull back. I saw that dip, but we already nailed that one going up. And let's see. Orange juice was looking pretty good yesterday. It did pull back a little bit. Look at cotton right there ripping. I'm telling you, we might have to play these futures. I got to get a lesson on futures right here, guys, because I'm telling you, these things are just so easy for me to pick out. I mean, it's kind of bizarre how easy it seems. Watch, I even think I can execute them with no problem. I mean, it's kind of bonkers, these things. I'm not going to lie. But anyway, we'll stick to I don't know, we'll make it futures, stocks, crypto, everything. I mean, just imagine we start doing all of it. You guys know, I mean, I called that coffee and sugar right there to the T. Lumber, too. I mean, I said it was going up the next day and it bounced up. I mean, you play them like that, and that's kind of crazy, guys. I mean, we do it with the stock market as well. But you can see the futures seem like they're way easier. If we're in the middle of a war and I can just easily go like this and look at them and tell you exactly what direction they're going to go, and I can't do that with anything else in the market at the moment, you got to really wait for the morning. I mean, these things are easy. If it's that easy now, they should really, I've never really looked at them. I have no idea. I mean, just messing around, we've looked at them, and every time I used to look at them, I'd nail them like pretty easily. And from what I would look at, it's not something that but I think we're really going to have to start looking at some futures here because apparently, too, they pay out like crazy. So, anyone that has any knowledge on futures, let me know. Luis Rodriguez or Laptop Travel or Sam or anybody know anything? I know Rhett does, and I already talked to him. He's going to have to give us a little lesson. So, maybe I'll have Rhett on the show to talk futures with us one night, and we'll have to get brushed up on that and learn about it because I'm telling you, if it's that easy to see these things, I'm all in. Trust me. You guys know I love charts and anything that makes it easier or anything that's it almost seems like they're like alley oops every single one. I mean, they just like tell you what they're gonna do. So I'm watching them. That's why I keep watching these things because I've been paying attention to them and I'm gonna look at them and stay looking at them. And again, if they stay that easy, we're definitely gonna be trading futures real soon too because they are bizarre and easy. But anyway, what did it say right here? I just saw U.S. stock futures rise as Trump delays military action against Iran. Millennium and Engineers Gate wind down hedge fund partnership. What the hell is that even talking about? I have no idea. Why is that? I have no idea. Stock futures rise as Trump extends Iran negotiations deadline. I didn't even hear that, but there you go. And then Trump pauses plans to attack Iranian energy infrastructure as Nasdaq falls into correction. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, that's what he's doing. He's only saying that so he can pause this market because it's really getting in dangerous territory right here. And again, if it triggers, guys, it's over. Back from it. It's not like before. This is a totally different market, and they understand that these things get lost in these. They hit that certain spot where the algorithms are just going to now. It's going to be like the doom, the doom, the doom. It's going to be a domino effect. You can't stop that. It's over, guys. It's and you and I can't sell it fast enough because these things are programmed to do it immediately, and you're not trading as fast as a bot in a computer. Trust me, I know. We all know about these things now, but I've been telling you guys for a long time. I've had them for crypto for a while. And so, yeah, they are crazy. And this thing says sell everything except oil trading day. I don't really suggest that, but I mean, let's look at this oil right here. USO. Oh, we were looking at, again, I don't know. Let's look at Gush right here. That's your oil and gas. It was up more today, and it does look like it wants to extend higher right there. But at any moment, this thing could come down. You already had the once up and out back into the top. And I would expect this is going to be the last time it's in the top. So at any moment, it's great. They're popping up. The oil looks good and all, but at the same time, you got to kind of be careful because at any moment they say that they like figured out a peace deal or did something. The thing is going to absolutely go bonkers and go completely straight down, and the market's going to go bonkers. So that's what you're going to be looking at if that does happen. So you got to be careful when you're looking at that, that's for sure. Let me just see something. Yeah, there you go. All right. Let's see. So there you are with Gush and buy, but not buy. Yeah, it's like one of these crazy things right now. The market is kind of weird. And that's why I think the Qs and the indices are a little easier because you're getting into territories where the market could sell off completely and be in really bad shape. And oil is going to get turned around and go down, and the market's going to rebound extremely fast. And you're going to see everything popping, and you don't want to be in short positions or going against that hedge because it's going to get wild quick when it's over. So that's what we're looking at. But who the heck knows when it's going to be over? I'm trying to base it off of these charts, and it is really hard, guys. I'm telling you, it usually, they're making it difficult, obviously, because I usually can pick things out, and you can't figure out anything. Look at Lockheed Martin. That was looking pretty good today right there, busting itself back up, and Northrop Grumman was up a little bit as well. And these ones do look good again, except for Huntington Ingalls. Wow, that one was going straight down. So, yeah, Huntington Ingalls going down. The other two, Lockheed and Northrop Grumman, looking pretty good right there, I must say. And let's go through our list and see what's going on, guys. ONDS right here, pulling back pretty big right there. Look at that bad boy. And then Galaxy dipping down pretty hard. Bitcoin's at 68,771. And Ethereum's teetering at 2,000. It's at 2,061 right now. And Solana's back to 86. It's down 5.7% right now today. And your Stellar right now is at 17 cents and Ripple's at $1.36. So, yeah, I would say crypto's pulling back. Everything kind of pulling back at the moment. Let's see what that ASTS was doing because even these space ones, whoa, that was a big dip right there. So, yeah, That's why I'm saying you can't play this thing. Like space was looking great yesterday, guys. And then today it just dips down completely out of its mind. Like, look at this. Lunar went straight down. I mean, it's just kind of crazy when you see this. How are you supposed to swing anything over when the market looks like that? You can't. So your best objective is short the cues when it's down, going down $14. It looks like it's going down more tomorrow. I'm telling you, he better do something. It does not look good right there, guys. I mean, that is not looking pretty. I got to look at this again. I guess you're coming down. I mean, does it come down to that? That's, I think, where Ben was talking, like the 546, but we were down here. Yeah, I'm telling you, he said like 532. He said something ridiculous the other day, and I was just like, really? And me and Rhett were kind of taken back by it, but he was like, yeah, dude, I think it's going to get down there. And I said, all right, let's see it get down to like this area first, and then we'll check it out. I think he might be right. That would have been insane, guys, if he had kept them options. That would have been crazy. I'm not going to lie. And so, yeah, no swings. Laptop travel saying no swings, no swings. And go to sleep with the cash every night. I agree. And what did you say? 557 Q for you on Monday. Look at that. 557. So laptop travel season coming down here. Look at that. He's saying down this area right before the 20. So, yeah, I do think it's coming down too, guys. So I think it might be another Q put day. And that's probably, if it goes any lower than that right there, that 547, it's going to be toast. It's going to be a recession, like almost triggered immediately. You're going to see everything sell off, everything, and it's going to all be selling off tomorrow. Watch, guys. It looks brutal unless you see Trump come out and just straight pump the market at like 705 again, like he did Monday morning after I had said exactly that on Sunday night. And I'm telling you, he's in more trouble right here than even Sunday night. So I mean, I can't imagine him not coming out and saying something or tweeting like 10 things tomorrow to try to get this market pumping before the weekend's over, just to buy them 2 more days before Monday, because it is not looking pretty right there, guys. Let's go through and see what else looks like. The rest of the market looks like rocket lab. Yeah, look at that thing. I mean, just not holding itself up. And nuclear was going down a little bit right there. And I'm on these guys. Let me get back to the Dowie. But yeah, that one's even pulling back and doesn't look so good right now. Oklo not looking so hot either. I thought these guys were looking pretty good the other day, and obviously not. So there you go with a good pullback on SMR as well. And let's take a look at this EOSE right here. That energy one, that's down 5%. Yeah, not looking good right here. Iron, that was trying to run up. Look at that big dip. So not pretty. I'm telling you, Carmel, critical metals, and MP right there, they were all down pretty good today, and they still look like they're pulling back big. So USAR pulling back over what is that? Over 3% right there. I mean, that's almost 4% of a pullback on USAR just today alone. And UAMY was down almost 10.5, over 10.5%. Look at these things, and they do not look good right now. I'm telling you, you got to have a Trump pump tomorrow, or he's in major trouble. This 4Us is rolling off the MACD coming down right now. NASPI right here. Let's see what the chemical company's doing. That bad boy is down, getting rejected hard. Holy cow. Burner was down today. I did look at this because I wrote it down last night, thinking that it could actually try to move, but it moved right down with the market. Let's put it that way. And your UAVS right here, not looking so pretty, is it? And I was saying that thing is struggling. We might take that one off. Light Path right here was getting destroyed too. And Carmen right here, that aerospace and defense. Look at that. I mean, it jumped off a cliff today. What the heck happened here? I didn't even see it. I don't see anything unless it was something that was lingering from yesterday. I know their earnings were the other day. Was that yesterday there? I guess it was yesterday. And yeah, that thing got destroyed today. Katos right here was down pretty good too. I mean, the market's getting just beat up. MOB, that bad boy is down. And then we already looked at Gush right here, and it is running up. But again, I mean, where does this end? Or does it just keep running? And then the market, I'm telling you, if it runs a little bit more, the market is going to get tanked. It already is right now, but I mean, you're talking it's going to be brutal. Trump's going to go down as he's going to take it on the chin real good, real quick too. I'm telling you, it's going to be wild. So he better hope he does something fast. I'm not gonna lie, just telling you what the market looks like in the charts after today. Here's your boil, and yeah, even your natural gas not even looking good right there. I mean, there's not much to be happy about in these markets. These guys were down, so we don't even have to look. IONQ is pulling back right there. And let's see if Z Space was up. Don't they have earnings coming up? That's why I just looked at it. They're next week. What was that, Monday or something? Yeah, Monday for Z Space earnings. So we'll have to take a look and see what it's doing. What was our cat doing? And that's even that. Wow, look at that pullback on our cat right there. I mean, the entire market just got destroyed. UNH right here was down. We did think these were going down a little bit. MOH and Oscar pulling back a little bit right there. So there you go with them guys. They're pulling back as well. And then let's take a look and see what that DXYZ and SATS are up to, because that was pulling back. That couldn't hold itself up. And SATS, what a dip on that. Yeah, it couldn't even hold itself. I mean, could they pop back up tomorrow? They could, but they don't look like they want to. Let's put it that way. So Nasdaq down a little bit. Actually, it doesn't even look so bad right there, considering what the market looks like. So Nasdaq looks probably one of the better ones right now. IMRX hitting that resistance. We'll probably pull back off of that. And I can only imagine, well, I didn't look at Cracker Barrel, but Chipotle's going down. We got to see this one here. Yeah, it's down a little bit. Actually, it looks a lot better than I thought. I thought it was going to be destroyed today. Look at it, though. Here, and like I was saying, guys, this thing could just, you're right, Laptop Travel. This thing could have been rocking and rolling as March. You were saying exactly around this time frame, too, that this thing likes to run. And I honestly think you were right on the money, except for the fact that we're in the wrong time at the wrong place at the wrong time on this bad boy, and the rest of them too, but especially this, because I've been explaining how a company took their stock from up here at 71 and got woke and came down here. And just as it could have recovered, you end up in a war. And now they're in a war right here with their stock chart. I'll tell you that. And if this thing gets rejected down here and gets under this 25, I'm telling you, this company is going to be in major trouble, Laptop Travel. I promise you. So we're watching for this. I'm not rooting for that by no means. I'd like to see it pop out. Cracker Barrel's been around for a long time. And I'm just telling you what happened, what I see. And again, it all stems back from that one decision that CEO decided to make right there. So that's like an important business lesson right there, and why you can't do things like that in business. You don't want to make people upset and do stupid stuff like that, because yeah, you'll take a nosedive. Look at Bud Light. Look how long it took them to turn that thing back around. I mean, they got destroyed. They were the #1 beer company for like ever. No one even was close to touching them, and they immediately lost everything right there. I mean, what was it, Modelo or something like that? Mexican beer became the #1 beer in America. I mean, that was crazy, guys. So it just shows you can't do stupid things like that in business. Don't do things like that, because you could take it on the chin. And like I said, you might have been on the money right there with it popping up around this time. And you had said that months ago that it usually likes to run at this time. But as I keep saying, I think they're going to be placed at the wrong place at the wrong time right here, and it might get destroyed. So we're watching it. Trust me, it's an interesting one that plays out, and we got to keep our eye on it at this point, because it is kind of intriguing what happened to the company. And like I said, I mean, we went through it the other day, and it was trading at like in the 100. Yeah, it was like, I mean, this thing has gone nothing but up. I mean, look at the thing, guys. I mean, over the years, it's been around for a long time, since the 80s. I forgot when it was, 84. So I was 4 years old when this company started. And it's basically just gone up, 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 up. And then you had COVID. Understandable, okay? Everybody took, especially restaurants right there. But then as it's running up right here, they decide to get woke, and then it just gets destroyed. And yeah, it's a crazy thing right there. I'm not gonna lie. So we'll see how it plays out. But yeah, that was in August when it really got destroyed down there this year. Look, it was trying to run up right there. You could see it was gonna basically bottom back out and get reversed back around. I'm telling you, it's wrong timing for a Cracker Barrel. Just interesting, that's all. And so yeah, couple minutes on Cracker Barrel. We talked about Campbell's Soup too that one time, and like I said, I don't even know what that company's up to. It's bizarre to me, and it's kind of like, I wouldn't say a similar story, because Cracker Barrel CEO destroyed this thing. Campbell's, I don't even know what they do. Like they just buy companies, and I guess they expect them to do well. I don't really know. They have like we went through it, two sauce companies, and and then a whole nother like Italian food company. Like it just doesn't even nothing makes sense. And like I said, it's a soup company, and their soup's garbage. Like no one can eat it. You have to use it to make like sauces or different dishes, like the cream of mushroom or the cream of chicken. And nobody can even eat the chicken soup, the chicken noodle. I mean, even the executive was saying that it's not even real food, and that got leaked out there. So yeah, it's bizarre, and they can't figure out how to get chicken noodle soup right, guys. It's Campbell's soup. Like, why can't they change that recipe? And why don't they just say, all right, if anybody wants this crap, we're gonna call it old fashioned original Campbell's chicken noodle, and we'll sell like a couple of them in the store, and then we're gonna come out with a new chicken noodle that people can actually eat with like real stock, and like it's not like just watered down and not chicken, and who knows what the noodles are made out of. Like it'll actually be real. They own a freaking broth company. I mean, it's so weird. They own Swanson. Swanson's broth is way better than Campbell's soup. It's so weird, guys. I don't understand. We went through it the other day, a couple days. It just it baffles me. I think about this thing. I'm like, why is this company so out of their mind? But anyway, that's that with Campbell's soup. I don't get it. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to business. I have no idea, but it just doesn't make sense to me. And you guys know I kind of call the markets and the businesses pretty well. It's one thing I can do. I could still do that. I could see what's going on based on the chart, and that's based off charts alone. And you guys know we call basically everything. And I'm telling you what happens to these companies too by looking at the chart. It's just really weird to me because it jumps out and you can tell, and I don't understand how these companies like just this happens like, and then they don't fix it like a meat. Like how is Campbell Soup still selling that chicken noodle soup and don't have anything? Like we look, they have other options, but they're not even that good either. Like I don't even get it. It's so weird. But let's get off of them companies and roll through this red market. As you can see, I mean, Nvidia, we have to go through the Mag 7. We don't have to go through everything over here because they were all down. I mean, Plug wasn't too bad, though. I must say that was actually looking pretty decent, holding itself up. That got destroyed today. QuantumScape. What did Rocket do? I didn't even notice it. It was kind of holding itself up there, Zach. I would say it could be a and Home Depot. I guess what? These things are going to try to get popping right here. Home Depot, Lowe's, that's looking pretty good. These guys could be decent ones for tomorrow. As a matter of fact, we'll have to look. I don't know if they get rock and rolling tomorrow, but maybe for next week they get set up. LDI right there. That's trying to get set up out of the basement as well. So we'll keep an eye on some of these home ones that were getting beat up as well. And then your rocket companies right there is in the same boat, Zach. So I don't think that looks too bad right there, to be honest with you. It's trying to hold itself up. And let's see. Let's go through this real quick. And let me see. Rocket Lucid right here. That had looked good. It was down today, though, and it was pulling back pretty good. What was Rivian was looking bad anyway, and that was pulling back a little bit. It was a good day for shorts and for puts, that's for sure. Rich Tech Robotics was down. Serve, that was down as well. And then even Galt right here was, and I was talking to Joseph Levy today for a little while, and fun right there. And I'll tell you, he told me an interesting story. I don't know, he might be on. Joseph Levy, are you on right now? I don't know. I told him to hop on if he could. And we're hoping that he feels better after his surgery and all. So yeah, I was chatting with him for a little bit. Fun looks pretty good right there, laptop travel. But he was telling me an interesting story that happened today, and I didn't even see it because I wasn't really paying attention. I'll go through my day and shortly. But anyway, Kodak right here. Look at it running up. It's been running up right there. But he was telling me that some kind of crazy good news came out about Kodak, but it was on Webull. And I guess Webull, let me look because I'm going to mess up what he told me. Let me just find it real quick because he told me the company, Webull, I guess, put the wrong news or something under Kodak, and it was like a symbol that was like Kodak or a company. Hold on, let me see. What the heck did he say? Oh, yeah. He said we were talking about it, and he had options on this thing, and it's been going up. And he's like, yo, did you see that? What happened? Did it have good news? and we were talking back and forth about it. And he said, "Did you see the news on Kodak came out with today, looking good between their involvement in the EV and now AI tech to take out drones?" And then he said, just double checked after looking again. He said, Webull screwed up and listed Kodiak news under Kodak. So I guess there's a company like this. Hold on, let me try to type it out. I didn't look at it. I was just talking to him. So yeah, this business right here, an AI company. But on Webull, they posted their news that they had some good news, and they put it under Kodak. And that's kind of crazy, guys. But yeah, that was so I was talking to Joseph Levy, and he was telling me I hadn't seen any of it. And but yeah, he was telling me that happened today, and he was in Kodak, which was going up, and they had. So I don't even know. And he was asking me, he's like, "Do you know that that's their news or anything?" I'm like, "I honestly have no idea, but we have to look at this." And I told him, "Hop on the show and tell that tonight, because that's a crazy story." So yeah, I actually looked and tried to see if Kodak had news. I didn't see anything, Joseph Levy, to be honest with you. And so yeah, I have no idea what Webull did right there, because the news was like 3 days ago, and it's still running up and looking pretty good. But I have no idea, is it running up because Webull did that? But the chart looks good and looks like it's going to run up a little bit more right there. So just something interesting. I didn't see it, like I said, but he was telling me about it, and I was like, well, that's pretty wild. So I guess Webull made a little mistake. That's a pretty good mistake, though. I mean, putting like this huge AI news and like information under Kodak today, like someone like that looks at news like, and it comes across their ticker, they may run across and jump into that bad boy, because that looks like really crazy great news. And then the next thing you know, they're like, wait a second, it's the wrong news. But yeah, Joseph Levy was telling me about that earlier. So let's just cruise right through. Fun, looking good, guys. I must say, this could be fun. Oh, well, dipped in the after hours. Let me see real quick. Let me see what fun looks like right here. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Jot that down too. There isn't a whole lot looking good, I'll tell you that. So you might want to jot it down. Grab was down, not even too bad. That one's just kind of hanging out. AMPX right here, that was dipping down. Remember we were saying this thing wanted to fall down. We should have known that. And our data vault right here was hanging on. It's dipped down already, but it's not looking so bad. And that UCO trying to, and again, it doesn't look great right there. And SCO, I'm telling you, the thing's going to get out of the basement relatively soon. So it is an interesting look. That JVA was down a little bit. And then I think your cane sugar was up. Yeah, cane, that's still hitting. That has resistance up there, but what a great one right there. And that watt came down some more right there, so just beware of that. And LNKS, remember we were talking about it? That was way down. I had to look at it today. I was like, what is this thing up to? It's a 2-cent stock. It's a weird chart. It kind of like hurts my eyes, but I'm telling you, that's why I don't like OTCers probably now. But it could get a pop off of this thing. Who knows? But you better be careful with that bad boy right there. And we were talking about it last night. LNKS and AEO, that American Eagle, had been looking good, but that dipped down as well. So there you go. And that's what they were looking like. And Rhythm right here, look at that hanging out. Like I said, these cannabis stocks, they were down today. They had been looking really good, but I think the market just destroyed them today too. This Blink was running up, and that pulled back today. Look at that. It actually ran up this morning. I didn't really look at it, but there you go. And Sezzle pulling back today as well. And let's see, Sterling, there's your big dip. It either moves up or down. And I mean, look at the candles every day. They're always a big move for the most part. This one's just bonkers to me how much it moves, like $30-something. It'll go up, it'll come down. It's just all over the place. And then I guess if you catch it the right way, it's a good one to trade. Rivian right here, pulling back as well. And of course, your Symbiotic was pulling back. Let's just take a quick look. ABEO, that was dipping down as well. And then that D-Lo right there is coming back down. It was jumping up there. And the uranium ones, like I said, they could be getting set up. I'm not going to lie. They don't look terrible, that UEC. I think we should probably keep an eye on it. Tiger, whoa, that bad boy got roughed up right there. And your pager duty actually held itself up and then popped in the after hours. We were saying it wasn't looking bad, but look at it. It just got set up in a good spot right there, as a matter of fact. Watch PD tomorrow, guys. Look at that. That's on the right spot. That's for sure. So PD might be a good play tomorrow. It actually looks like probably the best one we've looked at all night. And PAGS right here dipping down your Pag Seguro. And this PED got destroyed the other day, but it popped back up. So we'll see. And again, I don't know if it's really going to pop back up. So you got to be careful, but we'll see what goes on. And again, this market's just all over the place with Trump and everything and all the news and all that good stuff. So let's just cruise through, see what you guys are looking at real quick. I know Laptop Travel and Luis Rodriguez, I asked them to just throw the list in the stream today. I didn't put a new list out, and I'll tell you why, because I was it's been a little bit of a rough day, and I tweeted about it, so most of you already know, and I appreciate everybody that hit me up and reached out to me. But yeah, my mother-in-law passed away today, so that was a little bit rough, and it's been a little bit of a rough week. I'm not gonna lie. It was she had been in the ICU, and it's just been kind of crazy, but that happened today. So yeah, that's why I was like, I'll just recycle the list, and I was already talking to Laptop Travel and Luis Rodriguez, and I just said, yeah, just put the list up there. So I had seen Laptop Travel actually put it up like early. I saw him as I was getting on to set up the thing. I was like, Laptop Travel's already on here. That's pretty wild. So there you are. Thanks, guys. So yeah, that all took place today. So yeah, that's not fun to deal with, but it is part of life, I have to say. So that's why I always say life is precious. You have to enjoy the great moments, and then obviously you deal with these moments as well. So it did suck, I'm not gonna lie. So that happened, and but I do like to come on the show because it is a kind of a just getaway zone. Like I said, Zach was saying in the he tweeted out, appreciated Zach, that I always come on, do the show no matter what. Like I said, this show's probably saved my life completely with my brain injury. And just the community and all you guys are just amazing. And it's just a place that everybody can come hang out for at least an hour. We try to do the show for like at least an hour each night. Some nights go for like 2 hours. When there's interesting stuff to talk about, the market's interesting, but if not, we'll cut out early. Tonight, there's a lot of games. MLB started. Phillies were looking good. We'll go through all that too. So, yeah, I mean, but it's a good place to just come, hang out, clear your mind, and forget about things sometimes and learn about the market. It's kind of interesting. I've actually watched back the show, and I'm like, man, I wish somebody did a show like this. They didn't have things like this when I was learning the market. Obviously, I tell you, I used to look at like Tim Skies, Jason Bond, and dudes like that that have been doing it for like over a decade now, and they were trading penny stocks back then and looking at setups. That's how I learned them, and but just been doing it for a long time as well. But yeah, I mean, they were putting out information for a long time, but nothing like you have today with like all the different channels and the X and everything, FinTwit and everything else going on. I mean, there's so many amazing things going on out there that you find the right channels and the right people to focus on, and you can do really well. Obviously, our Discord members do well. Sam's like doing it full time now. He's going to be going full time in the market, and so yeah, awesome stuff right there. So thank you guys. I greatly appreciate everybody hanging out tonight, and like I said, everyone reaching out to me. But here we go. Let's rock and roll and see what's going on here. ICU. That's interesting. Laptop Travel. I was there like all day actually, so that's an interesting one. I had to just kind of giggle about that, as a matter of fact. But ICU right there, C Star Medical Holding, and yeah, it does actually look pretty good today. It didn't look good to me today, but it actually does look good. Kind of interesting right there. I didn't even notice it. And like I said, I actually glanced at them, and I guess because it was all the way to the right in the very first one by itself, didn't even notice it was there. I probably would have chuckled earlier because I would have been like, that's an interesting one to just throw up there. But anyway, yeah, no, it's popping up for sure. It does look pretty good, like I said. So that's an interesting one for me. RCT right here. That's a really nice one right there. Red Cloud Holdings looks pretty good as well. So yeah, that looks really good. And G Sun, let's see what that's up to. Golden Sun. Are these all that one's not. What was RCT? I meant to look. Oh, that's a UK one. Because this G Sun, this is a China one, right? Yeah, this is a China one. That is curling up pretty well as well. And MGRX right here. Let's see. Mango Ceuticals, is that how you say that? I guess that does. This list is looking pretty good right there. Laptop Travel, especially when the market looks like this. Obviously, it's not a guarantee, but all of these have potential for tomorrow. Let's put it that way. So if you guys want here, I'll throw it up there so you guys can jot them down. I didn't write them down today for you, so you guys feel free to jot them down real quick if you like any of these, because honestly, they all look pretty good right here. ORGN, it looks like they just had earnings today. Huh? What does that say? March 27th, but it looks like it's green. I don't even know what just happened. Why is that green? That's really confusing right there. I would say it says that they have earnings tomorrow, but it's green. I have no idea what that means, but I don't think we've ever seen that before. Anyway, check that out in the morning. They have earnings coming up at some point, or they just had them. I can't even tell. OFAL right here. Wow, look at that curl up laptop travel. If that could get through to 50, that thing's gone. And I think it might actually. That is looking pretty good. Engineering construction right there. Doge Mama 9. Check out OFAL, that penny stock right there. That's a very interesting look, I must say. I kind of like that. We're going to have to look at that tomorrow. And DARE right here. Remember DARE program, guys? I know that's not what this is. This is DARE Bioscience. But does everybody remember the DARE program when you were growing up as a kid? Like, I don't remember what it even stood for, but it was some drug stuff. And I just remember doing DARE. I don't know why, but that just came up to me. And I think it was like red lettering that it used to be or something. I don't really remember, but yeah, we had DARE, and they used to teach you about drugs when you were a kid. It's actually kind of weird because I'm not. Let's just talk about that for a minute because I remember me and my buddies talked about this a long time ago. Not like I don't remember before I got hit in the head. Let's put it that way, but we used to say like it was so intriguing that they brought in dare they had a dare program and it was to like keep kids off of drugs. Do you know that like it was like the first time almost not every kid because some kids had like older siblings that were into it and they were exposed to things as well, but most kids in there had no idea what half this stuff was, and they like were showing you like nick bags, dime bags. They were like bringing this stuff in and we were all just like, the hell's that? Like no one even know what it was. They showed you what it was. Like it wasn't. We were talking about that one time. We were like, that wasn't very smart. Like we had no idea what any of that shit was, and then they just brought it to our attention. Like, and then of course, a kid, you bring something to a kid's attention like that, like all these kids, and and then yeah, and you tell them this is dangerous. You don't want to do. What do you think kids are gonna go try to do? I mean, it's like the craziest program ever. And yeah, we were just laughing about that one night. I remember we were like, that was like ridiculous. Like they literally introduced drugs to kids, not trying to, but it just wasn't a smart idea. I'm not gonna lie. Like you don't tell kids about drugs when they don't even know about anything like that. They're teaching like young kids that like when you're fifth and sixth grade. And like I said, some people had older siblings, so you did know about things. But yeah, I remember half the people had no idea what any of this stuff was, and they're just like, and then you have cocaine. Yeah, they were like just rattling off like every single drug, telling you all about it, and nobody knew anything. And then of course we were all intrigued by it all. So yeah, and they brought in a cop to do it all like that. Like it was just so weird. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of bizarre. Did you guys experience that as well, or is it just us that like had this weird experience with some dare program and they like introduced drugs to kids? I don't know why, but they just thought it was a good idea to make you aware of things that you weren't aware of yet, and it wasn't very bright. Let's put it that way. This looks pretty bright right there. ISPR, that looks really good. Laptop travel, definitely jot that down. I think that could run up there tomorrow. ISPR, and you see right here. Let's see. So yeah, let me know about your dare experience if you guys felt the same way because it was kind of weird. Um, and I don't even know when that program all stopped. I'm assuming like the funding ran out. I don't even know what happened to it, but it's not around anymore. I know it hasn't been around probably for a long time. I bet. You see right here, it's hitting some resistance. I don't know if it gets through. That one's an interesting right there. And ONMD right here. One MedNet Corp, and that is all right. That doesn't look bad, but I'll tell you what, that ISPR, is that what it was right here? ISPR before I click off. Yeah, that Inspire looks good. Some of them first ones look really good too. So keep an eye on that list. I left it up there so you guys could jot that down. So very nice right there. Thanks, Laptop Travel. And let's see. Yeah, we're gonna need a Trump pump tomorrow. I'm not gonna lie. He wants to try to save this thing. I would look for it. The market looks like it's gonna tank, but I would look for something going to happen tomorrow. You know, we'll be watching that thing. It's Friday tomorrow and Trump's deadline 65,000 troops in place. USS Tripoli arrives Friday. 1 million Iranian troops staged for land assault by USA. Yeah, I saw something about that though. Laptop travel, I did see that. So this weekend is going to be pivotal, and you can see it on the charts. Like I said, he's going to try. I think the market will sustain itself tomorrow. I don't really know. I can't promise you guys. It does look like it's dipping down. You always have the the Trump pump if he tweets something out right there to try to get it bumping right now because it looks so bad. So you got to expect something like that, but I can't guarantee it. So you just got to look at it and see what's going on. And at any moment, and that's why this market's really crazy too. Maybe that's why the futures don't even get phased sometimes because these things are set up and the futures are gonna do what they're gonna do regardless. And it's not like Trump's talking about coffee and orange juice and sugar and stuff. So unless you're playing silver, oil, and things like that, these things get set up and they just do what they're exactly going to do. It's kind of interesting, and I've noticed that for a long time. I just don't know how to trade any of them. I have no idea. So we're gonna learn though, because it seems pretty the charts seem pretty easy, and I like things like that. Let's make it easy, right? But anyway, yeah, so the market, it's just going to be volatile, and you just don't know if he's going to say something, tweet something, do something on a Friday to get the market pumped back up so it doesn't end up triggering anything, and then have 2 days over the weekend and be able to see what's going on. So I think that's what you're going to have to see tomorrow, but it does look like it wants to go down, especially after today. It looks brutal, but that's what I'm seeing. And we'll be on at 7 a.m. I'll hop on in the morning. We'll look at the markets and see what's going on, and we'll end the week to find out what this is a crazy time right now. We've seen some crazy times in the market, guys. I mean, this is definitely going to be up there with it because we're in the middle of a little bit of a war. And the market is just very volatile because you don't know what's going on. Like, really, you have no idea. And you can't even get a good idea on the charts because then he tries to pump the market back up by saying stuff that you don't even know if it's right or not. You just don't know. So it's very volatile. And we all know that. So you definitely have to be careful and protect your capital, stay with cash, and obviously allocate your positions wisely. That's for sure. It's all about your allocation right now. You don't want to go too crazy because you just don't know. Again, if that market, if they say they have a peace deal, it's going to go the other way real quick. It's going to bounce up, I would say, real fast. So that's what it looks like. You think Kushner is only there to negotiate or scout for a future Trump hotel and golf course conflict? Yeah, well, you might be right about that. Laptop trial, I wouldn't doubt it. And the futures are green, so possible bounce day for tomorrow. And again, anytime you see these days where it really looks like it wants to sell off, it bounces the next day. That's why when it really looks like it wants to go up, they go down the next day. That's why it's so hard to swing anything right now. And that's what I've been talking about. So, yeah, well, you take it day by day to see. But I did say this morning it didn't look good, and I'd say it didn't look good today. I was like, whoa, that's a pretty red day right there. That's for sure. And, yeah, laptop travel is looking at a big dip by Monday. And again, laptop travel, if they do something over the weekend or you see some kind of peace deal, obviously that'll get changed around. And let's see, don't even listen to the futures overnight. I don't trust any overnight activity either. So I don't understand what any of it's doing. But like I said, the other futures, he's talking these guys right here. These things, like I said, like cotton and stuff. I mean, we nailed sugar. These things are pretty easy. I'm not gonna lie. I probably wouldn't even mess with gold and silver at the moment because they're crazy. But remember what I was saying about live cattle, guys? These guys kind of remember that the other day. I said, live cattle's about to go up, and there you go. It's going to jump tomorrow. Live cattle's going up there tomorrow. So, yeah, I don't know how to trade live cattle. Anyone else? Like I said, we should have traded cane, though. That was actually one that we could have traded, sugar, and we had nailed that one perfectly. But anyway, we are going to find out how to trade them futures for real and try to lock it in and see if we can. Now, how about that one, that GLND, that Greenland? That thing went bonkers today, and that was that one company that was that SPAC merger we had talked to. So that was a crazy one right there. And this EEIQ I saw, I'm not even sure what it is. Epic Quest Education. It is some kind of education train. I didn't even know what they were. And Vision Systems right there. That's another. Oh, wait, the education system ones were going up. And then singing. Aha. That's what that was. I didn't notice what these were. And they're all the well, these guys were up here. They're education ones. What happened with all that today? Something happened with the education world. I have no idea, but they all popped pretty good. I saw a couple of them. I didn't know. I was like, I don't even know these stocks. I don't know what the heck they even are, but they're them education ones right there. Interesting. Have to see what's going on. I'll click on one and see what I low float momentum and thin liquidity drove this. So no news, no anything, just a low float and thin liquidity made that one pop. Let's see if it's the same. Private placement. And that one ran. I don't know. Something was going on over there. Something weird. That's for sure. And let's see what else is going on. Anything can happen and always does on the Saturdays. Yeah, I agree with that. And the weekends have just been crazy. I mean, that's always something weird. Trump has adjusted the 5-day what? Oh, 5-day pause to 10 days. He's only waiting for troop deployments right there. Laptop Travel said so. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, again, if they don't get a peace deal the way he wants, he's going to go obliterate the entire country. He's just going to get wiped out over there. So I think they're trying to make a peace deal. I don't think Iran, they're not having it, guys. They're just like, yep, no, we're not talking. And again, who knows who's in charge of Iran? Like, it seems like the White House is talking to somebody, but then somebody else is talking in Iran as well. It seems like there's like nobody knows what's going on. So I have no idea. They took out that leader, dude, and now nobody knows. No one knows who's going to run the country. It's kind of bizarre. So yeah, that's what you're looking at, and not concerned too much about the future, short term. Wait patiently for the right entries. Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I said, we're being patient and going daily. That's for sure. At least I know I am, because it's definitely not kind of a market you want to be swinging anything long term. That's for sure. And Luis Rodriguez said he was not surprised about the pause extension. Just buy some time right there. I know when you type things in, it changes your autocorrect, changes everything. It drives you nuts. I'm telling you, it's like crazy. What? There's a couple. I have to write them down. We already know like SND for AND, and I've seen it like so many people. So I thought it was just mine. Because again, I like typing stock tickers all day and like talk to people about it. So I understand. So why mine comes up a little weird. I try to type in and sometimes, and it comes up capital AMD. So I'm like, yeah, I've talked about AMD to people. So I understand why mine does it, but I'm like, is everybody's doing it? But it does seem like it. I mean, the autocorrect is terrible. It's annoying. We've talked about it before. But anyway, let's keep on cruising here. And Laptop Travel said, so the recession would be compounded by the U.S. debt having to pay 1 to 1.5 billion USD daily spent on this war. Yeah, that would definitely it would cruise it right into a recession real fast. That would be sure. We would not be able to write the national debt, you said, and then you said Trump's very immature. Can you imagine the tantrum he would throw if he loses this situation? Oh yeah, he's not going to be happy about that. That's for sure. And like I said, I don't think Iran's caving at all, guys. I mean, they seem like they're just doing their thing and they don't really care. And and I don't know who's even run the country. Like, I don't even know what's going on at that place. I don't think they know. I don't think the president Trump knows. I don't think anyone knows. So when no one knows, how do you figure out anything? I mean, nobody knows what the hell's going on. So it's kind of hard to figure anything out. Who are you talking to? It's like, yeah, we're talking to this guy. He wants to have peace. But these maniacs are kind of running the country right now. So we got to figure out them. I mean, like, that's what it seems like. So anyway, that's what's going on. Let's see what Luis Rodriguez had a list right here. Let's see what he had for us. And it looked like HTZ. Is that Hertz? Yeah, it's Hertz. Haven't looked at that in a while. I finally ran up there. Remember, we were looking at this thing, and it just kept dipping down there. Valero is probably running up oil and gas. There you go. And that one does look pretty good. Remember, we were talking about Oxy and all the great options? I mean, look at that thing. Holy cow, it went nutty. Why didn't we just buy options on it when we were talking about it back then? Adobe looking pretty good right there. BZAI, this was running up today. That's for sure. I did see that one cruising along. Good dip yesterday. And ZSL is your silver short and does look pretty good. And let's see what math is up to. Meta, what the heck is Met Alpha? Maybe I don't even know what that's called, but anyway, Met Alpha good old math. You can do the math on this one. It's hitting the 50 right there. It has a little resistance, but not too bad. And your bread financial right here. He gave a couple other ones. And this thing likes to run up, that's for sure. I'll give you that. And globe event. I forgot what this was called. This one has let's see. That's not looking so bad right there. It was running up big in the after hours, that's for sure. So there you are. And Samuel Adams, you're probably sitting back with one of them right now as it pops up right there. So there you go. And your Marvell, let's see. Oh, I just hit it twice. Let me just hit the back button. It's easier. There you go. It's popped up there. It has an interesting look, that's for sure, for Marvell. That could continue to run up. It doesn't look too bad. So yeah, not so bad right there. How are you there, Michael Anthony? Nice of you to join us this evening. And let's see what's going on with your list. And were you watching any baseball? Are you a baseball guy, Michael Anthony? I have no idea. We have to find out if you're a baseball guy and what your team is. You're down in Florida, right? This actually, H&R Block. It's tax season, guys. That might be the play right there, H&R Block. So keep an eye on that. HRB, you're on the money with that one, Michael Anthony. I definitely like that for sure. So looking pretty good. And AMBP right here. Let's see. That could get rejected down. And there's your Goro. Oh, that's not it, but Goro right here. And that was pulling back, and that is a gold one. We'll have to keep an eye. I do like that H&R Block during tax season, though. Let's see. I bet if you go back every year, no, it dipped down right. Oh, well, look, right in April. Look at that run up. Let's see. It has to do it like almost every year, right? It didn't really do it that year. Let's see. Where do we go? Oh, that one dipped back. I guess it might not. Huh. That's interesting. I would think like it's going to pop this April for whatever reason. So H&R Block looking good, guys. I'd say keep that on your list in your block. So I like that, Michael Anthony. Thank you for that one. And what did you say? IRGC, Larrick Island Control System, Trump's secondary target, along with Karg Island. I did hear them talking about something like that. And let's see. No way Iran can defend these two tiny rocks in the Gulf. And yeah, I mean, guys, they're definitely not going to. If we bring our military in, which that's exactly what Trump's doing, and you get like these these special forces teams and stuff like that. I mean, these guys can go wipe out thousands of people, like just like with 15 of them. They proved it in Venezuela or whatever that country that they kidnapped that guy. Whatever happened to him? Is he still in prison? I mean, nobody talks about that guy. He was like the headline for a whole day, him and his wife. And whatever happened after that? Like, we should have a daily update on his life. I mean, that was one crazy operation they pulled out, and we never hear about that guy ever again. I don't understand. I want to hear about that guy because that operation was crazy. So yeah, they said that thing was like nuts. These guys went in there. They even crashed like a helicopter. Maybe not in that one. They did that in something else. But yeah, that one was crazy. They went in that thing and just well, like only like 15 people and like sonic booms or something. I don't know. They were just like slaying people. They said it was crazy. And how's anybody going to defend that laptop travel? And then you got Israel too. I mean, what are you going to do? It's kind of wacky. So anyway, that's about to happen. And let's see. However, the consequences of retaliation are sure to be swift, indiscriminate, and ugly. I'm telling you guys, I'm not surprised. I'm surprised that we haven't seen like any kind of attacks in our country yet. And Laptop Travel was saying, good old DARE. Is that Nancy Reagan who started that thing? Drug abuse resistant education. That sounds about right there. Laptop Travel, I do. Yeah, that was an interesting program. Nancy Reagan, you had no idea what you were doing right there. That's for sure. You might have had a good intentions maybe, but that was not a great idea. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think they threw that program right out. I'm pretty sure they probably had more people get on drugs because of that program than stay away from them, because every kid was kind of fascinated by it and now interested in stuff that they had just. I mean, when they were showing us these little drug bags, we were like, dude, them things look awesome. Like we were like 8th grade or something. I don't remember. Like it was kind of, we were 6, 7. I don't really remember. But I just remember, like, as a kid or something, we were just fascinated, like, had no idea what any of it was. And then they showed us everything that you shouldn't show a kid. And and me and my friends had laughed about that after we like got older. We were like, dude, that was so weird when they did that. And they did it for years. So yeah, and then they wonder why a bunch of people are on drugs. I don't know. It's kind of weird. So there you go. That was your drug abuse resistant education. Again, she might have good intentions, but yeah, definitely not a great idea. Thank you very much, Doge Mama 9. Greatly appreciate that for sure. And thank you so much. And got GLND right there. That ran up because the ticker, yeah, it changed from that Pelly to GLND. And in the pre-market, you could only buy and not sell. So it was an additive until the market opened. So there you go. And so yeah, that was that crazy one. We had talked to them guys, and that was wild right there. And let's see, the judge in what is this one about? The judge in ousted Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro's case said he would not dismiss it despite an ongoing dispute over their legal fees. Huh. Um, yeah, could you imagine if they dismissed the case? That would be he did all that work and then some judge dismisses it. That would be pretty wild. And so Maduro and his wife Celia Flores were back in a New York court today for a hearing. No shit. There you go. Laptop travel. I just mentioned it, and they were in court today. So what happened? They're not going anywhere, huh? And they should put that on TV and play it for everyone. Because like I said, I'm kind of interested. What the heck is up with them guys? And let's see, yeah, that's still active. They still do that program? No way. Yeah, it was like elementary schools act. That's what I'm talking about. Like it was so bizarre that they like brought drugs in the kids and just showed them all this stuff. And it was just really wacky. I'm not gonna lie. It's just not a good idea. And so yeah, that's still active today. Laptop? Do they really still do that in schools? I don't think they do it in schools around us anymore. Like I said, I'm pretty sure they caught on that it wasn't a good idea around here. I live in a pretty wild area, guys. You guys know that it wasn't a good idea around here. I'm telling you that right now. It piqued everybody's interest to go on and go and do it. I mean, it was just kind of crazy. So yeah, it was a little weird. And yeah, and it was like super young, and then they like kept doing it. I remember like they would do it like through like middle school or something, and that's when it was just like you're like, really? Like this is kind of interesting stuff. We need to find out about this. They keep telling us that it's bad, but all these people want to do it. And so what's up with this? It was weird. And again, I'm not promoting any of it. I'm just saying it was kind of bizarre methodology to go by, I would say. And so yeah, that was Nancy Reagan. Is that who you said? I forget, but you said what the first lady initiatives rarely succeed. They're merely put pet projects to boost their image. Yeah, well, that one didn't go so well. And it's still, I'm telling you, I can't believe that thing still continues to. Are you serious? They're still doing that today, utilizing law enforcement. Yeah, and they still have cops doing it. That is so bizarre, laptop travel. I don't know. I just don't see. Maybe they approach it a little bit different now, but I'm telling you, I remember it like had just started when we first started, and like they were just doing like weird things. Like I said, they the one day they had a few of them, and then all of a sudden we go in there and like they just like had this table out with like all these drugs. Like it was crazy, like all the packaging and stuff, and they were showing us everything, and we were just like, no one knew what the hell no one knew what it was. We had no idea. No one ever even saw any of it before, but now we all did. And of course, you show a bunch of kids. Some kids are going to get into it, of course. I mean, that's it's kind of it's going to happen. That's for sure. I mean, not that even if you didn't show them, but you don't show kids that at a young, and then keep showing it to them as like grow older. It was really weird. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I could see like elementary school and like you give these like young like first, second graders, but again, they don't even know what this stuff is. Why even bring it to their attention if they have no idea? Wait until it comes on their radar and then you talk to them about it, because then they're obviously up to par. They they're about to be exposed to it, or they've been near it or something, or when they're at that age, because it's everywhere. And And then you have that conversation, but you don't just introduce it to a bunch of kids that don't know anything about it. I'm amazed at Top Travel that thing still operates today. I don't. It doesn't. They don't do it around here. I know that they don't do Dare. I have to ask my wife. She's a teacher, but I am almost positive they don't do Dare around here anymore. Like I said, I'm pretty sure they do. It wasn't a good idea. Ezra right here. What's this up to? Doge Mom and I know we were looking at it. Did pull back a little. That could have a nice roll off that MACD. That might be a really nice dip and rip look right there. Seems to be creeping up. Yeah, that actually looks like you got a little dip and rip right there for Ezra. I'm gonna put it right here. Hold on. I already write that down. No, I didn't because I didn't even have a list for today. That's why. And ITOC right here. Let me see this because it's running up in the after hours, and that looks pretty good too. Let me look at that one right there. ITOC. Let's see. Let's see ITOC. I mean, it doesn't look bad. It almost looks like a little healthy pullback, and it looks like it wants to go up over that right where it's at that 50, and then kind of run up. You can see it right there. And maybe if it doesn't do it tomorrow, it could be in play for next week right there, Doge Mama 9. So that one's not looking too bad. And what did Laptop Travel? He gave us some info about there. The founding location in Los Angeles, 1983. That was 3. And so I didn't learn it back then. But like I said, I remember him bringing it into our school when I was in like at least middle elementary school, maybe like 4th and then 5th, 6th grade, something like that. I'm telling you, we were pretty young. We should have been learning about. Let's put it that way. And the current site, the Dare American headquarters, is in Inglewood. That's a good spot. And it remains a primary hub for program development and regional training. Oh, that's amazing. I am amazed that that program is still existing and doesn't teach any. I mean, you just go into like the areas in Philly and stuff where we have all the fentanyl. And see, I like I said, these kids all grew. They're the people that grew up with Dare. I'm not even kidding, guys. Like that, we had it around here, and I live in an area that's a little wild. And I kind of feel like Dare might have helped. As I'm telling you, like I said, there's kids getting into it way early. There's people I just kind of remember, like we would talk as kids, we used to talk about it, like because we just didn't know what it was, and they were just bringing it to our attention. And their top states: California, West Virginia, Wyoming, and New Mexico. So yeah, they're not. I don't really think they're doing it. I'm surprised West Virginia, but they're not doing it in New Jersey anymore. That's for sure. Not in my area. Yeah, my area's too crazy. That dare stuff. I dare you to do it. Teach these kids that, and don't think they're going out to do anything around here. It's crazy. But anyway, Key Corp. Let's see. This could be key. A Key Corp pretty soon. So yeah, that one looks like it's trying to stay in that channel right there, Luis Rodriguez. So there you go with that. And let's see. Yeah, Luis Rodriguez. He deals with opioids every day. He's his work, what he does for work, he deals with that stuff. I know that. And so yeah, he sees that stuff all the time, and he knows all about it way too well. And the epidemic. I told you guys the story and about me and everything with my head. I'm telling you, it's so good. We just talked about the other day. I was just telling you guys the story. I told you I have like a whole new medical squad for me. I go to a different place now finally, and I'm telling you, I basically like when I got hit in the head, I kind of got abandoned by the medical community because it just so happened, and I was out of my mind. Obviously, I was completely nuts and completely out of my mind. I got hit really hard, and I end up at a pain management place because I was the first neurologist that would take me, like that would see me. And I was telling the story. I didn't realize it at first. Obviously, I had no idea that this dude was like whacked out of his mind too. He's a quack. And so yeah, like I remember the first 2 times because I remember these things when I went there because I just remember going to doctor's appointments and things like that because you would think like they would say something crazy, like say something or do something, and I'd go. And I remember going to this guy. I told the story, but I'll tell it real quick. I went the first time, and he just looked at me like, I mean, I don't even know if he like even did a concussion test. I don't even think he did anything, honestly. And asked me like maybe a couple questions, and then was like, all right, I'll see you back in a month. So I come back in a month, and I'm like, I'm worse now. Like I'm like completely out of my mind, and you can tell like I'm really out there. And so he looks at me and he's talking to me and he goes, well, I don't think you're getting any better. I think you might need concussion therapy. So he says, we're gonna I recommend you do this, and then this is the place to call, and that's pretty much it. So I see this guy, and then that was that, and that was the neurologist. That's the doctor I saw, and I guess I saw like the nurse practitioners or whatever, but whatever. And they take your like vitals and stuff like that. They don't really do a whole lot. Like if you're in my position, you need to see the neurologist. Let's put it that way. So I don't really ever see one. He never really checks me out or does anything. And so I go to concussion therapy. I'm in there for 9 months. And so yeah, I'm in there for 9 months. And luckily, thank goodness I was there for 9 months. That's the person that saved my life. Her name was Sarah. I talked about her before. She was incredible. She like definitely saved my life. She wasn't a doctor. She's a physical therapist. She was incredible. She knew more about my brain injury than every neurologist. Let's put it that way. So, and like I guess anyone else I'd ever seen. But so yeah, she dealt with me for 9 months, and then I made a little progress. I guess I stayed alive. Let's put it that way. And and then that's when I had to start the cognitive therapy stuff with and I was back in this office, so this is where it gets great because then I go back to this neurologist, and I just done the 9 months of concussion therapy. So now they're like, yeah, you got to do cognitive therapy, and it's in our office downstairs. They had the upstairs office and an office downstairs. So then I go there for like months and months. That's how I started doing the show, and so I was there for months and months and months, and then I go to get checked out like by the neurologist because I'm there, and and this is where it got great. So now I'm like getting done cognitive therapy or like whatever they had. And I told you the story, I think, like I would go to this place, guys. I drive to this place. I mean, it would be like 20, 25 minutes away, depending on traffic or whatever. It's not that far, but it's kind of a pain to get to. And I would go in, and then like the doctor they would be like, oh yeah, the doctor like apparently lived real far away, which I don't know, is weird, but she lived too far away. So I'd go there, and then they'd sit me down and in front of a computer, and I would have a Zoom call with the doctor in her office. It was really, really bizarre because at this time I had already had the studio built at my house. I just really wasn't using it yet, but I had built this thing like a year before I really started using it. I'm not gonna lie. I had plans to do things, and then yeah, I guess I stalled. I didn't do them as fast as I should have, but yeah, the studio was kind of built. I had it all set up and stuff, and I used to do the High on Wall. I do the High on Wall Street videos, so I was doing a couple things here and there, but not like the daily shows like we do now. Let's put it that way. So I already had this whole setup. It just wasn't probably as nice as it is now. But anyway, so yeah, and I'm like sitting here like, guys, like I have like a studio at my house. I could just sit there and do a Zoom call with this doctor from my house. Like I could just walk down to my basement and hop on, and I don't really need to come to this office. Like she's on a Zoom call. What the hell is she doing? Like I don't even know what she's talking about half the time because I'm out of my mind, and she's on a computer. So I don't know what's going on. So this went on, and so yeah, that went on. So yeah, then I go up and see this neurologist again, and then this is where they tried to get. I told you guys the story because it's pain management. They told me they were like, well, after suffering a brain injury and this and that, and you get that hit that hard, you'll suffer from anxiety, depression, and you'll probably have some pain. So we're going to write you Valium, Xanax, and Percocet. And I looked at them because I'm like completely anti-pharmaceutical medicine. You guys know that. And I've always been that way. I'd said it to every doctor since that point. Well, I know I told Sarah because I remember I was telling the physical therapist lady, a concussion therapist, that this was going on. I remember telling her, like, yeah, they're just trying to get me on like pills. It doesn't seem normal. And she's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I'm not taking any of it. Like, that's crazy to me. Again, guys, I live in a crazy area where I've seen a lot of crazy things, and especially with that. And yeah, you just know too many horror stories. So I would never go down there. And I like immediately said, like, I like probably looked like I was going to kill somebody because, like, you guys know I'm a little crazy and I probably was out of my mind. And they'd say that to me. So they're trying to push this on me. And I say to them, I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm like, but I got a brain injury. Like, I don't want to be a zombie. And first off, I'm like completely anti-pharmaceutical. So never say that to me ever again. And I like I guess I probably yelled at the lady. And so yeah, yeah, it's a really dangerous combo, Luis Rodriguez, and that's what they do in these that's what they do in these these pain management places. They get you hopped up on everything. And again, they can take advantage. I have a brain injury. I don't even know what's going on. So if I wasn't so anti everything, I would have been on something. Let's put it that way. And I'd probably still be going to this doctor to this day. He'd still be writing off on the script and acting like he sees me and doesn't care because he's getting some kind of kickback. I actually looked this dude up. He almost lost his medical license already once for this exact same thing, guys. So how crazy is that? So I know I'm not off my rocker to be assuming that this happened because I lived through it and I know exactly what happened. You guys know I speak honestly about things in my life, so there'd be no reason to be telling you something different. And yeah, so they tried to get me on pills, and I like really probably yelled at the nurse, I'm assuming, because they were all afraid of me after that. It was kind of interesting. And I didn't really pick up on it because again, I wasn't in the right state of mind. I was like out of it. And so now the next 3 times I come in, so they kind of just I was like, yo, never say that again. But I probably like really scolded her and probably scared her, to be honest. She probably walked out there and was like, yo, I'm never going in with that guy again. And this is what happened. So the next time they would, and I remember now it makes sense. They'd have 2 people come in, but it was like 2, not doctors. I'd never seen a doctor. It was like a nurse practitioner and somebody else. They were just standing there. Makes a lot of sense now. I didn't register back then because I was out of my mind. So they were definitely afraid of me. And then they didn't say anything about pills or anything ever again. That was that. And but the next 3 times I went there, the doctor had an emergency that he was taking care of. How interesting is that? 3 times in a row. So I never got to see the neurologist after all this happened. So technically, I like really had never seen a neurologist. And then they just let me leave. And then that was that. And then I even said to him, I said, yo, you guys won't treat me. Can I get the hell? Like, I have to get out of here. Like, you guys won't even treat me. Where can I go that will treat me? Because they have all my records and I can't just go walk in a place and just start going to somebody. They're going to be like, yo, we got to contact your neurologist that you've been seeing for over a year, which literally he hasn't been doing anything, but they'll still have to do all that and medical and your insurance and all that nonsense. So anyway, so I have to get them to transfer me out of this place. And I'm like, yo, you guys got to get me out of here. And again, I get kind of a little crazy with things. So they were like, all right, we'll get you right out of here because I don't think they wanted me to hang around any longer anyway. And so that's when I started. I actually went to this place and I talked to the one person, and it went pretty well. And then we tried a couple things, and then I guess and then you know what happened? I forgot what happened, to be honest with you. So the place that I'm with now is where I went to next, and they did a few things and tried, and nothing had worked. And then the doctor was like, let's do the vision therapy. Remember, I was telling you I was supposed to do it. That's when I cut my fingertip off. So I had the appointment for vision therapy, and that was supposed to be the next step that I was supposed to take. And then remember, I cut that fingertip off, guys. Those of you that are just like literally that fingertip to the bone. What was it? Like, it was after 4th of July. I just know that. Or was it before? I think it was after, because when I got hit in the head, I just kind of remember saying, I'm not doing anything for like 2 weeks during 4th of July because I always get injured. I just remember it was around there. That's all I remember. And yeah, you guys remember I decided to take my go-kart out. I dropped my phone and I put my hand down and I stuck it in the chain while I was cruising on the go-kart at full speed, and it just ripped my fingertip to the bone. I mean, it was immediate. And the crazy thing was it healed in 3 weeks. Like, I'd never seen anything heal like that in my life. Even the hand surgeon I went to was looking at me like, that was really wild, dude. Your head healed up really fast. So anyway, yeah, you can't even tell that even I mean, it's like perfectly fine. It was, my bone was hanging out, and that just healed up. But anyway, I was supposed to, and I totally forgot, so I had canceled the appointment because I just cut my fingertip off. literally that like 2 days before I was supposed to go for a big evaluation. And then I was supposed to reschedule it and I totally forgot. So I never did anything. And then I ended up going back to this place and they're like, so what happened? And I was like, honestly, I kind of forgot about everything. And they're like, we really need to get you a team of doctors and get you on the right path. And they did. And this place is really good. They're a major university around here. They're top notch. So they call almost like every day and ask me if like I'm good, this, that, and not even like anything bad. Like they're just like, because I have a bunch of new doctor appointments coming up, and yeah, they're really on the ball. They're like, we just want to make sure we remind you, and we'll keep texting you and letting you know. And I'm like, you guys are amazing, like, because I'll forget. And so yeah, it's been a lot better. I don't know, like I said, the last 3 weeks have been way better for me. So anyway, just a little backstory. So yeah, I mean, I was never really seen by a neurologist, to be honest with you. I don't think I was really seen by a neurologist. The dude was whacked out of. He was more of a quack than I was whacked out of my mind. So I was just going along with it because I didn't know what was going on. So anyway, thank goodness I'm like completely anti-pharmaceutical medicine, and I was just yelled at them about trying to give it to me, and it all made sense after like I started telling the story a bunch like to different people, and that's how it actually started to make sense to me because I when I talk about things, it takes me a while to actually sometimes to, and I'll say the same story like 10 times. I apologize, but I sometimes like things will register after I talk about it a few times to different people. So I will tell the same story to people because it helps me. Honestly, now I'm like, oh yeah, now that happened, and I can try to remember certain things or jot things down and take notes about things. And so yeah, it's an interesting life, but it is a fascinating story. But yeah, you got to kind of protect yourself because these people they'll just take advantage of anybody. Like I was out of my mind, and they're trying to give me like hardcore narcotics, and like I said, these pain management places, and when I would be in there, it was always odd. Like I always seemed like I was out of place. I'm like sitting there looking around, like no one else looks like they have really a head injury in here. It looked like a crazy place to me. And again, I was out of my mind, so I didn't know what was going on. But anyway, just an interesting story for you guys. I know I told it before. But there you go for anyone new tuning in. That's my interesting story right there. But it is kind of fascinating for sure. But anyway, yeah, that's what's going on. And yeah, I actually go for a brain scan real soon. So that's gonna be a fascinating I'm kind of fascinated to hear what that looks like because I mean, I got smashed right there. I mean, my frontal lobe, like this is the thing, like where I got hit, that's like all your decision making, like right in your frontal lobe right there. So you can only imagine. I tell you guys, that's why I have a difficult time making decisions and doing things like that, and I'm slower and things. But it's right where I got hit. And your brain's interesting. Like you get hit in the back of the head, it's way more dangerous for some reason. Like when you fall back and smack the back of your head, this part of your head's like, I guess, obviously pretty strong. I mean, don't get me wrong. My head should have exploded on impact. Nobody takes a 10-ton jack with the pressure of a two-story house. It's not even heard of. Like it's like nobody believes it happened, to be honest, but my buddy witnessed it happen. So he definitely knows that took place. And like I said, I got the battle wound to prove it, and everybody's seen what happened after. So there is no doubting it. But yeah, you don't live through a story like that's called a construction accident, and that's called you're at the wrong spot at the wrong time, and unfortunately, you didn't make it through that because that's pretty wild. But somehow I was floating through energy, and I made it through it, and I can even tell the story, and it's pretty fascinating. So yeah, like I said, I tell you the doctors, I'm like, yo, I probably took one of the hardest hits in the history of life to the head and survived to be able to tell the story. There's not many other people that like even all the doctors, anyone you talk to, people I know, they're like, yeah, no one gets hit like that and lives. It's a real, especially construction guys that understand the logistics of things like that. They know you don't live through things like that. That's like the one thing everyone fears is like a jack kicking out. You're dead. Like that kills you immediately. You're gonna be toast. And somehow I got to spring back up to my feet and live through it. So it was pretty wild. So anyway, yeah, I'm starting to get a lot better. I told you this the other day. Like it was fascinating how I just called the show the live show. And it was one of them things that kept me going. And yeah, now I think we're on phase two. We got a whole new name. It's called Stocks and Stuff. We talk about stocks and stuff as always. And yeah, I think it's going to be we're going to take it to a whole nother level because I got a bunch of good plans to do. Just a little rough week this week, but we'll continue as we should and get through it all, you know that, and then we'll get it all rocking and rolling again, and this market will get rocking and rolling, and everything will be fine. So, no big deal. You just gotta go day by day. That's about it. But yeah, that's that, and that's my story right there. One Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I've actually watched that movie. It's a great movie. I have actually seen that many times. All I ever needed to know about a mental hospital. Yeah, it's crazy in there. That's for sure. Laptop Trial. That's a great movie. And I remember watching that. I think we watched that in like school or something. Because I know I've watched it many times. There's like only a handful of movies I've ever seen in my life. I'm not a movie person. And like every one of the movies I've seen like a handful of times. Don't ask me why. Like I didn't just like choose to watch something different like most people would. I don't know. But I've only seen like 10 movies, probably, maybe more. I don't know. But I haven't seen, if you talk about movies, I haven't seen many of them. But I've definitely seen that one. That was a really good one. Another movie I've seen a bunch of times that like is weird, like Best in Show, that dog movie. Don't ask me why. I've seen that it's actually pretty funny if you've never seen it. But I've seen that thing like a million times. It used to be on HBO, I guess, like all the time growing up. And you just like pop on the TV, and it was kind of a good movie. It was a good movie, honestly, and it's about a dog show. And but yeah, I've seen that thing like a million times. And like I say, I don't see many movies, but the ones that I've watched, and the most of them are like not even popular movies that people have like never seen. What's the one that I always like? I can't even think of it. My wife could tell me. It's like my favorite movie. It's like the only thing that I've ever watched. And I can't even think of the name of it. That's too funny. It's the one that I think I've talked about it before. What the heck is it called? Grandma. How can I not think of that today? Are you kidding me right now? Grandma's Boy is actually what it's called. How how weird is that, guys? Grandma's Boy. Yeah, that's like my favorite movie. If you've never seen that, it's like a obviously a stoner movie. Adam Sandler put like I think he did it all, but he's not in it. He put all of his friends in it, and I forget the one dude's name, but that's a great movie. And I've seen that like 10 million times. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, I've only seen like 10 movies, but I've seen them all a million times. It's kind of crazy. The other one I love, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. What a great old school movie. I've seen that a billion times, probably. It was probably my favorite movie when I was growing up. I'm not going to lie. So, yeah, I've seen that like a billion times. And that's why I've never seen any other movie besides like, there you go. There's like my whole entire movie list, guys. I think I just rattled off. And don't ask me how I just remembered them. But somehow I did. And that's like all the movies I've ever seen in my life. And then I watched Elf for the first time this Christmas. I think I was telling you about it. I was like dying. I know I've seen pieces of it, but I don't think I've ever watched the entire thing. And so I sat there at my sister-in-law's house. I remember at Christmas, and they were all, the entire family was sitting there laughing at me because I was cracking up at the movie because I'd never really saw it. And of course, everybody's seen Elf like a million times but me. And yeah, they were dying laughing at me. So that was pretty funny as well. But yeah, I did see Elf this summer or this Christmas too. That was good. Animal House. I've honestly never even seen the whole thing, Louis Rodriguez. I've probably watched it in pieces, the whole thing, but I've never I can't say that I've ever watched it from the beginning to the end in my entire life. Let's put it that way. But again, growing up, it would always be on Animal House. So yeah, I'd catch pieces. I've never really watched it from beginning to end. And yeah, Fast Times at Ridgemont High was just a great movie. Spicoli was great. Is his name Mr. Hand or something? The teacher, and that's just the movie's just great. I love that movie. So anyway, here you go. Grandma's Boys. Alan Cover, Alex somebody, and Nick Swartzen. That's the guy I was thinking. But yeah, these are all like Jonah Hill was in it. That's right. Yeah, these are all like Adam Sandler's friends right there. Adam Sandler, I'm positive his Happy Gilmore or Happy whatever the heck it's called, produces that movie there. Grandma's Boy, and it's like one of the movies that he made or something that he's not in. I forget. There's something about it, but yeah, like Nick Swartzen's in all of his movies. That dude, he's funny in that thing, and yeah, he's very loyal. Adam Sandler is extremely loyal to his friends. Absolutely, he puts them in every single movie. If you're a friend with that guy and you've done well with, like, you'll do well because and they say he's very generous and a very nice guy. You don't ever hear really anything bad about Adam Sandler. Let's put it that way. And he's been around for so long that obviously if he did anything bad at any point in his life, it probably would have come out. I mean, he made like them CDs back in the day or cassettes. They're all going to laugh at. Is that what it was? Something like that. They were just great too. We were actually just talking about them not long ago, my family. So I remember us just talking about that, the Adam Sandler cassettes and CDs. So yeah, he's been around with so many movies and just so many things that I mean, he walks around like a normal dude, and he's very down to earth, they say. And I've never actually met him, obviously, but yeah, he's very loyal to his friends. They all speak very highly of him, let's put it that way. And he puts them all in their movies. So that is yeah, and I'm sure Sandler never went to Epstein. I would say he probably never did. He doesn't seem like the type that's hanging out with any of them dudes that would be doing any of that stuff. You could tell he's like too down to earth and staying away from things like that. So Breakfast Club, Luis Rodriguez, another movie that I've seen a billion times. We used to watch it in school like almost every year too. And Ferris Bueller's Day Off, I used to watch that growing up. I don't know. I would have to think I've seen that from beginning to end, but I can't promise you. But I know I've probably seen the entire thing because that was always on growing up. So yeah, there are a few of them that I actually see anybody. Yeah, Bueller. Yeah, but Breakfast Club was a great movie too. That was really a good one. So anyway, there you go. Talking about old school movies, and there's my whole list right there, I would say. What's the one movie? Hold on, where Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. That used to always be on. I think the chick from from Married with Children was in that thing. I'm pretty sure. And that was a pretty good one. That was always on. Like I said, there's just some movies that were always on HBO growing up, and like all like the them ones, the cable channels, whatever they were back in the day. And so yeah, they were just constantly on. Like you would just put it on, and somebody would be watching it in the house. Christina Applegate, thank you, Laptop Travel. You're paying attention. Yeah, I think she's in that one. That was a good one. And like I said, these are just movies, and that's the only reason why I've seen these things because they were always on at my house, and I'd never seen anything else. It was kind of weird. Adam Sandler's net worth is estimated at $500 million from an average guy. Comic to director and creator. Yeah. And honestly, he walks around like he was just shooting around not too far from me. I noticed for a fact. And he was just like walking around town like a normal dude. Like it was no big deal. Saying hi to people trying to take pictures with him. He takes pictures with people. He just seems like he's just out having a good time wherever he is, doing whatever. And yeah, he's worth probably about $500 million, and he's super down to earth, and he understands life. So yeah, there's nobody that really, I've never heard anybody really say anything bad about that guy. And the people, like I said, that are his friends that he puts in all of his movies, they speak very highly of him. That's for sure. Yeah, you don't hear anything about Adam Sandler doing anything crazy or shady, that's for sure. But yeah, he just seems like a good dude. Like I said, I don't know him, but that's that on him. And let's see, anything else going on here? The Exorcist movie scared the hell out of you. Yeah, Luis Rodriguez. I don't know if I really ever saw him. I think I only saw like the chick's head like turn around, but I don't know if I've ever actually seen them movies. Although growing up, I'll be honest with you, when I was young, I don't remember really much. I don't really remember them, but I've seen like all the horror movies, like what the heck are they, like Freddy, Freddy and Jason Voorhees, whatever that movies are called. I can't even think what. Nightmare on Elm Street, is that what it is? Something like that, and then the Jason movies and stuff like that. They were I know my dad, like we used to have like a movie night at my house when I was younger, and like all the neighborhood kids would come over, and it was funny. Like they used to like in the summertime they'd camp out in my backyard in tents and all, and I used to do it too. But yeah, Freddy Krueger, and then they would do like scary movie nights and stuff. And my dad would go to like the Blockbuster or whatever and rent like a bunch of movies, and like literally all the kids in the neighborhood would hang out. Like my sister, I had stepbrothers and sister that would stay with us for the summertime, so they would hang out with like all the older people, and then my sister. So yeah, we just like everybody just came over, and it was just something that my dad would always do. It was pretty cool actually. Now I think back about it, and he would always get snacks for everybody, like Cracker Jacks and all the cool stuff that you get for the movies. And then they would do movie night, but I remember they would do them, and I remember being young. There'd be certain ones that I would always have to like I wouldn't be allowed to watch, obviously, because I was young. But yeah, we watched a lot of them scary movies, that's for sure. Probably why I always liked Halloween and like haunted stuff. That was always cool. And Scream, yeah, I've seen this. They just released a Scream 7. I don't even know if I've seen past Scream 2, but I did see the first one and second one of that. And there are a few movies. I guess my movie list is bigger than I think, guys. Wow, there's way more movies than I guess I thought I saw. But yeah, I mean, if you talk about like a random movie or something, and my brother-in-law, my wife watches a lot of movies and shows. They're into it. Like I just can't sit there and watch anything. I just never have my entire life. And so yeah, they mention movies and shows all the time. I have no idea. It's my wife knows that I'll watch it, but anybody that talks to me about a show, we just look at it. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea. Like I get all them answers wrong if somebody asks me in trivia. I have no clue about any of that stuff. But that's that. And 1996 was the first one. I was 16 when that came out. Holy cow, that's so crazy when you think about it. And guys, there's a lot of great sports on, so let's go through that real quick, and then we'll see what else is going on here this evening, and then we'll wrap it up and get ready for our Friday show. I'm just trying to pull up the highlights right here because we have the NCAA men's tournament going on, and I have one of the games on. I have the Texas Purdue game on. It looks like it's 77-77 with 11. Oh, well, we got to watch the end of this together, guys. 11 seconds left. And then the other game, this is interesting, the Iowa and Nebraska game. It just started right before this one, I think. And it's over now. That one was 77-71. So that's a lot of 77s. And so, yeah, we'll watch the end of this game right here. It was also well, we have Arkansas and Arizona coming up, and then we have Illinois and Houston after that. So we do have two more games later on, and obviously the MLB basically started today. I know the Yankees played the Giants yesterday. That wasn't really a great game, but that was the first game, and then obviously the season started today. Let's see. Oh, he missed. He put it back in. Oh, there's 0.7 seconds left. And Purdue just put the ball back in. That was a beauty. He missed the shot. He tapped it in. Texas put it up, and it's over. Purdue is going to take the game. Wow, that was a good one right there. Hey, Purdue's guys missed a shot, and then his one player just tapped it right in there with 0.7 seconds left, and Texas had to throw the ball down the court. And Purdue number 2 is going on. So there you go. That's the way that game just ended. But yeah, there was a lot of great MLB action on today as well. And I'll tell you some of the action going on right now because there's still games happening. What is it? The Diamondbacks and Dodgers. Diamondbacks are up 2-0 in the bottom of the fourth. And I'll just run through some scores since it was basically opening day for all the teams today. The Pirates got beat by the Mets. Look at the Mets winning on opening day today. And then the Brewers, they beat up on the White Sox 14-2. The Nationals over the Cubs 10-4. And then the Orioles and Twins had a good game at 2-1. Red Sox win their home opener 3-0 over the Reds. Your Angels win 3-0 over the Astros. And then the Tigers and Padres, wow, Tigers up win 8-2. And the Phillies, they were looking really good today. They won 5-3. The Cardinals beat the Rays 9-7, and we still have a game coming up, which is the Mariners and the Guardians at 10-10, it looks like. So there you go for opening day baseball and some scores right there. And again, we have some NCAA to March Madness going on. So some good sports happening now. This is actually a great time for sports, all the good stuff happening. And then that's we'll keep our eyes on that. So, yeah, it's going to be Arizona and Arkansas, Texas versus Purdue. And Purdue. Oh, that's today. Purdue's going on, and we'll see who wins out of that Texas game and see what's up. So there you go. We have some more NCAA games coming up, and some more baseball games, and the season's just beginning. So there you are. And then the hockey season, that's like almost winding down. And I don't even think the Flyers are going to make the playoffs. I'm telling you, the game I was at the other night, they had to win that game, and they absolutely just blew it. And I don't know why, but they did. And Doge Mama 9 is watching them Dodgers right now. So, yeah, opening day. Everyone's enjoying that. So I hope you guys are. And that's what we have this evening. So I hope you guys enjoyed that show. And we did get through our entire list. Yeah, I think we did. And where'd Michael Anthony go? I was talking to, what did I ask you, Michael Anthony, if you were a baseball guy? And let me see. I think I missed a bunch of messages. Oh, wait, I missed some stuff up here, I think. Hold on. We can't end yet. I didn't even realize I was not paying attention to some of the stuff that was going by. I guess it was just scrolling there, and I wasn't even looking. So hold on one second. AESI, what is that, Luis Rodriguez? I don't even know. That has a little resistance, but looks like it's going to roll back. Is this BJ's? Yeah, I go there. Good old BJ's right here. Maybe I should buy stock in it because I always that's where we always go. And it is looking pretty good right there for good old BJ's. And what's CE? I'm not sure what that is. That is down. That's hitting some resistance. That could pull back right there. And Zach, you haven't seen, what is that dare we were talking about right there? You haven't seen that in Minnesota. You're lucky. Like I'll say, we were talking about dare earlier. And let's see. I'm not going to say that laptop travel, but what are you saying? They're directly funding the terrorist Islamic regime attacks on 13 countries and the massacre of Iranian people by paying the ransom to Iran, China, India, Pakistan, Iraq. Who are you talking about, laptops? I'm completely lost on that. We were probably talking about something, I'm sure. I just forget what the heck we were talking about. And you got that fig pump today? Let's see. Figment, you're right. You were looking at it, and it is looking good. It was on the list this morning. I did look at that this morning in the pre-market show because I had it next to Fro, and I remember looking at this. But yeah, Figment right there. Nice, Zach. There you go with that little pump up. Is that City Gear? No, Cigna right there. Healthcare, and that's not looking so bad. For CI, good old Cigna. And let's see what BKSY, I forget. Black Sky, that's what that is. I couldn't think of it. And that's actually not looking so bad, Luis Rodriguez. Black Sky could run up a little bit to the blue skies and see what that wants to do. IAC, what is that? I don't know. IAC Inc. I have no idea. Internet content, but it is running up. Again, these things look great, but they have resistance. And then at the same time, we know when they run up like that, they tend to fall back down. Nothing holds itself. So it's just an interesting look. We'll take a look at them tomorrow. I can even look at them again in the morning when we're checking out things. And HIMS, let's see, is it riding the 200 day? It had been running up there. And let's see. Oh, yeah, you're right. That is kind of just that thing may roll off and go up. That's an interesting look on HIMS. I got to put that on the list for tomorrow. I'll tell you which one looked good right here. And Michael Anthony, he said one thing today, and let's see, what did you say? Kramer's recommending the video. Everyone bounce out in the video, I guess. Kramer's recommending it. Let's see. Let me see if I could type it first. The video right here. It's going down some more, Kramer. I'm sorry, but that does look like it should be dipping back down into the 160s. So I would hold your horses right there, Kramer. That's for sure. And let's see, what was Netflix doing? Did we even look at that? Did I even go through the big caps or anything? I don't even think I did I? We're not ending this show. I don't even think I did any of this, did I? I have no idea, guys. I don't even remember, to be honest. Let me know. I have no idea. I just started talking about movies. I thought I did everything. I don't even think I did the Mag 7, any of the big caps or that list. I think I just been going through the what you guys were talking about and kind of got lost. I don't even remember, guys. So hold on. I don't think we did that. I'm looking at like Netflix. Did we look at that? But no, I don't think we looked at that. I don't remember seeing Netflix up like that. So now I got to go back and look. There you go. There's Michael Anthony. And you like the Braves? Hey, you are in Georgia, aren't you? I couldn't remember if it was like Georgia, Florida. I didn't know what team you were like. And there you go. There's Michael Anthony. He's back. All right, guys, we're not done yet. Let me roll through the rest of the show right here and do the big caps and spy and all that good stuff. and then we'll wrap up the show. I told you the show's interesting and you can get lost for 2 hours and forget about anything in your life. And so there you go. I forgot about everything going on. Let's look at this stuff. SPY was obviously going down. Q's huge dip right there. You guys know I would have been shorting them down like crazy today. I obviously was not playing the market. I was a little bit tied up there and had a little bit of a wild day. Let's put it that way. So you guys know I would have been all over that, posting huge returns. I would have been smashing that thing out the park. I was looking at it, and I could have probably traded it, but I just wasn't in the right mindset, to be honest with you. I could tell it was going down all day, too. I was like, man, this thing is just dipping. And all the way to, I mean, you could have held it until the very last minute there of the day. That's how bad it was today. It was just, I mean, you bought that pop, and then that was and guys, that look right here, I saw it this morning. I was like, that thing's going down. Look at that thing. It just rode itself. Every little ride up was terrible. Look at that. You knew it was coming down hard there, hard here, hard there, hard here. And these pop-ups don't even move. So you're not playing anything because that thing's so red on the daily candle. You know it's not going. You're just putting it down. Yeah, I would have murdered that thing today. I would have massacred it. But anyway, it's all good. There's always other days, and I will get them taken care of. That's for sure. When the Qs look like that, jump on them. And I pointed it out this morning because it was one of them looks there. It doesn't look good still, even the IWM, but I could see a little pump coming. So just beware of that tomorrow morning. Let's put it that way. Amazon right there. Like I said, I could see a little pump coming here. Or Apple right there was looking better. Amazon right there was coming down. And yeah, I could see them trying to bounce these things up a little bit tomorrow. Google way down there, Luis Rodriguez. You said, weren't you saying you were starting a position or something? I thought you were saying something earlier. I forget. Let me see. You said something. I think I don't know what I'm looking at tonight because it seems like you had a starter position on Microsoft and Google leap calls. There you go. I thought I scrolled by something. I remember what I even saw, but there you go. Let's keep on cruising through here since I have no idea what's even going on. Meta, holy, I honestly didn't even see Meta down that much today. Wow. What the hell did they do? Oh, they got sued twice. Oh man, I knew that was dipping. I saw that this morning actually. I should have known that was pulling back big. They lost 2 major lawsuits. Did you guys see these lawsuits that they lost too? They're crazy. Like ones that like they made social media too addictive or something. It was like wild. And the other ones that they didn't protect people like children, and they got massacred on them both. Like they're huge payouts right there. So yeah, I did see that. That's why it has to be down. Let's see. Let's see. This separate. Oh wait, landmark Los Angeles social media addiction case viewed as bellwether for thousands of similar lawsuits against Meta. Yeah, they're about to get smashed, guys. Separate New Mexico jury orders Meta to pay $375 million over alleged harm to children's mental health. That's what it was. And then they're at to pay an additional $3 million in punitive damages and social media addiction case. And the lead partner and some other nonsense. So yeah, they got hit with some major law. They lost 2 of them on the same day, and they were pretty big lawsuits to lose. So yeah, I forgot that happened. I didn't even look at it at the end of the day to see how much it was down. Microsoft was down a little bit. You're right, that could get bouncing pretty soon there. I can never type in the video. It's so odd. But it's going down. It doesn't look good for tomorrow. Let's put it that way for NVIDIA. And then your Tesla was down as well, driving down to that support. And that looks like it's going to go down some more. So I can't say that the market looks good. Let's put it that way. AMC, it's trying. I don't know if it does anything tomorrow. And they keep spending money on AI like drunken sours right there. Yeah, Meta. Yeah, you're right. They do. And wow, that's major. Remember this thing had run up to like 800 and now it's at the 5. Wow, man, that's a crazy dip right there for Zuckerberg. He's getting smoked right now, and it's going to continue to get smoked, especially if they keep piling in them lawsuits like that. He's going to get hammered. That's for sure. So that's Meta, and we'll see what's up with it. GameStop right here, that had earnings the other day. That was pulling back. We didn't think it. Like I said, AMC could get set up right there. it's not looking so bad. Let me make sure this mic's still working. I just hit the thing. Yeah, it's still working. Sometimes when I hit the mic, it'll it's very sensitive. It'll stop working, and I don't even notice it. So I wanted to make sure it was still working. Hit it with my big nose right there. I try to keep that out of the way, but sometimes I can't, and I hit the mic with it. It's kind of what a life, huh, guys? Crazy life I live. Anyway, AMC right here. Like I said, that has potential. I'll say that it could get moving. And Chewy right here. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, them meta glasses too. Holy cow, aren't they stupid? They are. I mean, they are some dumb things. Them stupid smart glasses are the dumbest idea ever. Those right. Nobody wants to wear glasses unless they have to. I agree. I mean, glasses are a weird thing to have to wear. And then, like, if you're wearing glasses, like, isn't that going to mess up your eyes? Like, it has to like even if you're looking through a clear lens or something, it's doing something. Like it's still got something is there. Let's put it that way. I mean, you're not looking at life. You're looking through something that you don't need. It's kind of bizarre. I'm like, who's buying these things? And yeah, I don't know. I don't know anyone that owns them. I don't think. But anyway, Chewy, look at that thing was chewing itself up there, running up on dog food right there today, and Unity dipping down. Whoa, Unity went up in the after hours. Look at that big pop. What did it do? Had something going on here. It said it popped up there. That still says it's at 17. This says it's at 19 for some odd reason. And this said Unity pre-announces something. Q1 revenue and adjusted something, the EBITDA or something like that, whatever it says. But something happened there. So watch Unity tomorrow. We were looking at Netflix, and that's how I knew that we didn't do this list, because I was like, I didn't look at that tonight. I don't remember seeing it anyway. So there you are with Netflix. And AVGO was down pretty big. I saw that, and MU got slaughtered again. Holy cow. I feel bad for Ben and Laptop Travel right now. I know they have a position, and honestly, you know it's going to bounce back up, but just to see it in your account right now when you have a position and it goes down like this, it definitely just hurts your gut. You're just like, man, are you kidding? Can you just bounce back up, please, so I don't have to look at this? And I know how that feels, believe me. And so, yeah, I'm hoping that is the very bottom for MU, and it could get bouncing off of this. So we'll watch it tomorrow. I may have to enter MU right here, to be honest with you. That almost looks like a good play, guys. So we'll keep an eye on it. Doesn't look perfect yet, but it looks like it could be at the bottom area. So we'll be watching for MU to see how much more it can dip down there. But that is a big dip, that's for sure. And that TSM got, that got hammered down too. And I know what other one did in the SanDisk. This one was down at one point. Yeah, okay, down 74. I did see that down pretty good there today as well. And SMCI, like I was saying before, we should have shorted it down today, because I don't even know who was buying this the last 3 days is my question. After what just happened, I couldn't imagine anyone was still buying it, and it was going up. We should have known that thing was going to be dipping down right there. I can't imagine that thing really moving. AMD, that got bad. And again, guys, like we were talking about last night, AMD looked great. Look at that. Hey, how do you swing anything like this? You can't do it. It's impossible. So don't even try, because you're going to get taken to the chipper right there. Trust me, I was trying at the beginning, and I was like, why am I even trying this? I already know that it's not going to work out tomorrow. I might as well just donate my money to a charity than give it to the market, because these things just can't keep momentum in this market right now in these conditions. So just beware of that. Lock in profits. If you know that they're going up that day, take the profits. If you don't, you might regret it the next day. And even if it pops up the next day even more, who cares? You won't regret taking the profits. Let's put it that way. QCOM right here, that was just kind of hanging out. That actually looks like it could get moving relatively soon. And then your snow is trying to bounce up. But again, I don't think it's really ready, so we'll watch it tomorrow. It might not do a whole lot. PayPal looked a little bit better. Let's see. And again, it's just teetering right there. It wants to run. It's just having a hard time. Intel pulling back right there. And then your Dell, that took a dip finally. Was I not saying it was probably getting topped out real soon? You can't get. Well, that one was a monster, because I was talking about that down here looking good in the 120s. So we got to definitely be all over them guys when we keep saying that they look that good. If I say it for like multiple days, you know it's going to run. IBM's going to crawl up right there. we just have to see what it wants to do tomorrow with this crazy market. And here we go. Here you go, Michael Anthony, your Palantir. It may actually come down to your area. I could see it coming into the 130s, that's for sure. Let's see how far it dips. And again, I wasn't against it yesterday. I was saying that the thing was running up when it was running up, and now I do think it's coming down. So maybe we should be shorting down Palantir right here because I do think it's coming down, Michael Anthony, and we'll see if it gets to your target. And it'll be an interesting one, that's for sure. Especially I said it was going to go to 61. It definitely hit it. And now if it hits Michael Anthony's target, we should go in business together. Michael Anthony, that would be pretty crazy. But that thing doesn't look like it's standing a chance to stay up here. Let's put it that way. Unless this thing gets pumped up. And again, you can't put it out of the question for tomorrow because it could happen. So we'll be looking at it. Sophie hasn't been looking good, and it's still going down. I told you, why weren't we shorting this one down right there? I mean, just saying every day it's going down for some odd reason, but not acting on it. And that's where I think, again, we're going to take it to the next level. I know we've talked about it before, but I think I'm doing much better now. And I've been doing way better the last 3 weeks, obviously. Just let me get through this week and probably next week. And with all the family stuff going on, it's a little rough. But we will get right back to the market and really just focusing and crushing these things. I think I'm getting zoned back in, guys, especially since I've been doing better with my head injury now. And it only took almost 3 years. So, yeah, if I get zoned in, it'll be I hadn't been zoned in, I'm telling you. I know I'm not zoned in before. And there's periods where I'd get like I could see things, but if I get zoned in like I used to, and yeah, it'll be crazy. I thought, and again, the trend spider, it's like I'm in the matrix and stuff, but if I can really use my brain like I used to, forget about it. We'll slaughter the market like I used to do it with penny stocks. It'll be absolutely incredible for everybody. And that was the thing I was missing, and I think I'm starting to regain a little bit of it back. And like I said, I do have a bunch of doctor's appointments coming up. That'll be the one thing, though. I got a lot of doctors to see, but it's only for the benefit because, like I said, they're actually going to get me on the right track. They already did. They started getting me on the right track, just seeing me and getting me placed on a medicine. I wasn't on anything. And yeah, it's made a world of a difference. I was talking about it like a couple days ago. And yeah, I could tell the difference. That's for sure. Everyone around me could definitely tell the difference. That's why I was asking you guys if you thought that the show was a little bit better the last couple of weeks, because I thought it was a little bit like, tighter on point. And so maybe it's just me, but I just thought that. And but yeah, I think we're gonna make everything a little bit better. And that's why I was saying I feel like I really have a second shot at life finally. I was just kind of hanging on, I think, before, just getting through and cruising and living. And now I'm finally like able to use half my brain, and that's like incredible. Trust me, half my brain works. I can stay focused, and that works. That's enough. And so yeah, it's been way better. I'll tell you what, guys. You want to hear something crazy? So with accused, you see, and I just been crushing them, right? There was one day I didn't take my medicine. Was my only day I did bad in trading. I literally had one losing trading day since I've been taking this medicine, and every other day has been on the money with the Qs. And I was talking about it, how I've been reading it. The one day I didn't, and this is the problem with me because in my head, I don't realize sometimes that I don't even take it. I won't realize that until it's like and then I'll just be like in a fog, and I'm like all day in a fog. But again, I've been walking around like this for almost 3 years, so it's kind of normal to me. It's hard for me to like really be like, oh, I didn't take my medicine that made me feel better. And so yeah, I could tell the big difference, that's for sure. And it's kind of bizarre, I'm not gonna lie. And but yeah, I hope it continues to get a little bit better because, like I said, if that gets better, we get better at doing all this, and obviously trading and really focusing on the ones like honestly, like Dell. I mean, you guys know I was saying that, and that's why I was talking about the futures earlier. Because I mean, how do you just call these things out like that and then not act on them when you know it's gonna happen? Like I knew, like I was that confident. Yeah, coffee's going down now, but we knew it was right. And honestly, it looks like a little healthy pullback. We'll keep an eye on it. Not that we really care. It ran up plenty, like we said it was, and then there's sugar, just like we were talking about. And like I said, keep your eye on these live cattle because they're going to be running too. Let's see. Gold and silver. I don't know. I mean, they don't have the look like they're completely ready yet. So I would say you'd still have to wait for them, guys. And let's see, did I go through everything? No, I still missing things over here. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. Anyway, Oracle, just bear with me, I guess. Oracle dipping down there. MicroStrategy, that has to be getting hit hard because Bitcoin is at 68.9 right now. It's actually going up a little bit from where we were at the beginning of the show. Let's put it that way, but it's not looking beautiful. It was pulling back. Let's see what Robinhood was doing. That's pulling back as well. And then Coinbase, if I can spell the letter coin, or the word coin, if I could spell the letter coin, there you go. If I could spell the word coin, that would help. COIN. And there we are, Coinbase pulling back pretty big. And that one had been looking good there, but then got caught up with that resistance. And Bull, obviously, just not cutting it anymore and not doing much. And then your space right here, SPCE, and that bad boy. Let's see. They do have their earnings. It is pulling back a little. It does look a little healthy. It doesn't look anything crazy, so we'll keep an eye on that. Boeing big pull. Remember we were at Boeing it's not rolling off that rolling up off the MACD. It's rolling down. DJT. Remember I was saying I didn't know why that was running up there. It was kind of odd. And then your Nike right here is down a little bit and pulling back, I would say. Lulu's pulling back big today. I did see that. That looks like it's coming down some more. Disney right here, Luis Rodriguez is coming back. And if we catch that in like the low 80s or something, that'll be good. Oxy, we saw going up today and just keeps running up there as oil keeps running. And then that monster was down pretty big, and that'll be a monster turnaround when it's ready. So we're keeping that on the list right there. And there you go. Now we did the whole list. I can't even believe we just skipped all that. I was just talking to you guys and having a good time. And Michael Anthony does like the Braves. Did the Braves even play today? I don't even think I said the Braves, did I? Or did I not click on all of them and say all the games? Yeah, no, I thought they were all the games right there. Yeah, that was all of them. Did the Braves even play? Or did they play tomorrow? Let me see. No, I didn't see the Braves. Let me see. They might play tomorrow. I know the Phillies were off tomorrow. The Braves do play tomorrow. There you go. They play the Royals at home at what? 7:15 there, Michael Anthony. So there you go. You can watch that tomorrow night before you hop on our show. And let's see what else is going on here. I'll roll through. Let me see. We were talking about Meta and all them dumb glasses, and MU closed below the 50. Yeah, it was getting hammered today. And your scanner identified 152 stocks that are right at the 200-day moving average. That's a lot of them, let's say that. That's for sure. And what's that? University of Michigan consumer sentiment. That's what's going on tomorrow. Is that our data tomorrow? If that comes in hotter than expected, it might reinforce the narrative that the Fed will remain patient before cutting rates. I think they're going to remain patient anyway, to be honest. And Invo right there, IVF will undergo a 1-for-5 reverse split. Remember we traded that thing that one day when Trump had that news and it went down? That sucked. But anyway, they're going to reverse split right there. Let's take a look at it. IVF right here. And yeah, it doesn't look beautiful. Let's put it that way. And what else? Let me look at the calendar and just tell you guys what's going on over here. Tomorrow is Friday, and you do have inventories and ex-autos and wholesale inventories and something else, the Michigan stuff right there, and the Fed daily speech at 11:30. So, and then some oil rig counts are going on. So there you go. And well, there you go. So that was happening. So there you go, everybody. I would say that's what's going on in Baker Hughes rig count at 1:00. So that's a minor guy for the oil and gas. So we'll see what it wants to do with that. And USO right there, it is kind of running up a little bit. It does have that resistance. If it got through this, guys, it's over. The market's done. I don't know if it will. I don't think it will. But I can't promise you anything. Let's put it that way. JetBlue was down a little bit and was running up the other day. And yeah, that's what we have for tonight. And thank you, everybody, for hanging out this evening. All the kind words and everybody reaching out to me. Greatly appreciate it. And I'll hop on tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. We'll go through the pre-market on a Friday morning. We'll see what's going on and what we can get into and see if it's going to be a Q put day or if it's going to be a bouncing day right there. So Go enjoy the other NCAA games. Let me just see who the heck was playing. I remember. Oh man, what did I do? I just hopped on. I got to go here, and then hold on. I forgot what game was coming on. I wanted to look. That's over. That's over. Illinois and Houston coming up at 10:05. Oh, both of them are at Arkansas and Arizona. So you got two games coming on in just a couple moments right there. So you pick or put them both on and go enjoy them, bad boys. And there you go, everybody. So thank you very much for hanging out tonight, Michael Anthony. What are you saying? Rumors that 82 Airborne will of 2,000 troops will hit Iran this weekend. That is a good rumor because I think you're absolutely right, Michael Anthony. I think there's a lot of troops about to hit over there. We were kind of talking about it earlier, actually, as well. So oil is down, but again, don't be surprised. It could be a Trump pump tomorrow with a tweet or something. He needs to keep this market going. I'm telling you, it's in bad shape. So we'll reevaluate it in the morning, and maybe we'll see that 705 pump again, like we did. Was that Monday? Yeah. He's probably listening to the show, like, oh, we got a Dougie Fresh pick. Set it. We got to pump the market tomorrow before we set off a recession. We don't want to do it. So expect that bad boy tomorrow, because today was a brutal day for them Qs and everybody. Will Tiger rebound or go to zero? That's a great question, Michael Anthony. I know you love your Tiger. It's just not looking good now. It could pull back a little bit more, to be honest, which it will go to zero. I highly doubt that it'll go to zero, but it might come down a little bit more. Let's see. Right there. Yeah, you could come down like 550s right there, Michael Anthony. So I could see that happening. Let's see what this says. U.S. stock slide sharply as Iran war jitters. And oil surges toward 100 again and trigger risk or something like that and all that good stuff. Let me just take a quick look and see. There's your crude Brent at 106 right there. So it is dipping down a little bit, but it is up, and the VIX is down right there. So again, it could be a little rebound day tomorrow. You see it very often when the market's this red. We see the pop-ups the next day. That's for sure. So I would expect something, but we won't promise you anything until we see it at 7 a.m. And then we'll look for some of them pumps happening, and we'll see if Trump's going to do something with the market. And then until then, you guys enjoy the NCAA, the rest of your evening, March Madness, and everything else. Get your watch list ready. There's not a whole lot. Oh, this one, Michael Anthony, this is what I wanted to say. That H&R block may be a good one for tomorrow. So keep that on your watch list. We'll look at it tomorrow. I have it written down right here, and we'll look at it tomorrow. So thank you again, everybody, for tuning in. Michael Anthony, Luis Rodriguez, and Laptop Travel. Of course, Zach was hanging out. Doge Mom and 9. Who else was hanging out? There was all kinds of people, I think, on there. Unless it was just all you guys. I don't even know. It seemed like a lot of messages, but it could have been just all you guys. And everybody else tuned in. I greatly appreciate it. Stop by, say hello on the X at any time. Shoot me a message. Follow along on Instagram, X, and YouTube. And also like the show on your way out of here. And all information presented here is for educational and informational purpose only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. And thanks again, guys, for hanging out this evening. I will see you guys at 7 a.m. and we'll see what this crazy market wants to do. So have a good night. Enjoy the NCAA games, and I'll catch you guys in the morning. Thanks again for tuning in, and have a good night, everybody.